and Burns from amyandburns.com, and today I'm going to be showing you another tip and activity to use in Seesaw or Google Slides. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, and check out my new book, Using Technology with Elementary Music Approaches. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you 4 ways to collect audio or video recordings from your students using either a pre-recorded call and they're doing the response, or using a pre-recorded accompaniment and they're singing along with the accompaniment. The first 4 examples I'm showing you are for Chromebook, laptops, web-based only. At the end, I'll show you alternative ways for iOS devices and the iOS app. So that means iPads and iPhones. So let's start. I'm going to show you from 2 different views. The student journal, that's here. You'll know it's the student journal because it's the black bar, and this is my daughter's journal. She's one of my students. And the teacher journal. So the gray bar will be teacher, and the incognito bar here is student. The first example is doing a call and response, where you, the teacher, have recorded yourself singing the call, and you want your students to record themselves singing the responses. This is a simple way to do it and a very effective way. So let's see it done first. This is in the student journal. Here is the assignment. They are to press the microphone, then the caption, press play in the caption, and then sing after me and click the check to submit. So just doing that, you add the response, and it's great because what I did was created this so that my avatar is saying the same thing, or they could view instructions. So they click the microphone. Then, when they go over here, they're going to click this. Hit play. Sing after me. There are pumpkins on the ground. All right, let's see how that did. It says to click the check when you're done, so you click check when you're done. And remember, if you watched this yesterday that I was showing you, it's created this little type of movie, but it's not actually a movie because Seesaw is not going to count this as a media tool. It's really cool. So you could do multiple of these. It's kind of great. Now let's see what happened. They're going to click this. Hit play. There are pumpkins on the ground. All right. So there's some really good advantages here. You can hear the original recording in the background, but it's not overpowering. So if you were trying to collect a recording, you could ask them to put headphones on, or you could just say, sing. I do have a caveat. I am working with a USB mic. I am not working with the internal microphone found inside the laptop. Had I been working with the internal microphone, it would have been a lot more background noise. You would have heard that more. It would have picked that up more. Using a Spark Blue microphone plugged in USB, it gives a better sound. Obviously, it's going to take my voice much better than it's going to take the sound coming out of the laptop. And so it recorded my voice pretty nicely. So if you were to do this, it works. All you have to do, I'm going to show you now from the teacher end how to create this. So here we are in the teacher end, and I'm going to go into this activity and edit it. All I did was I created a template. On this template, I went into the caption tool and sang. Then when I was done, and I left those spaces, obviously, for them to echo. When I was done, I just put in these directions. Now, how did I get the emojis in there? It's actually not too difficult. This is on a Mac. But all I did was hit Control, Command, Spacebar. When I do that, it brings up the emoji keyboard. And then I can add the emojis right there so that the students who are non-readers can understand what it is I'm asking them to do, because they just need to look at the pictures. That is how I collected their recording and singing after me, or a call and response. Every page can have a different caption on it. That's fabulous. And there it is. If you want this song, I'm going to put it on Facebook, but feel free to, I can put it in the comments here on YouTube as well. Feel free to take it, do edit it. I don't think you want my voice and my avatar, so go in there and edit it. Now to create this, I just used images that were allowed to be used for this using a Google search with those restrictions. And then again, I used the emoji keyboard and created that. And that's how I did that. All right, so that's the first one. Let's go into example number 2. A very special thanks to Janita Ducharme for the tip on the view instructions that's coming up now. So we're going to go back to Sarah's journal, and we're going to click this closed and go to activity number 2 that she has listed. Here it is. Now in this one, she looks over the song because this time she's not going to go one per time there. She's not going to be one slide at a time. So this time she's going to record with an accompaniment. So the view instructions is going to come into play. She clicks add response. She needs to look it over, but it's going to be okay because the view instructions is actually going to show her everything. She's going to click the microphone. Then she is going to press view instructions, press play twice, sing after me, and then click the close buttons. The reason I put that in there, you'll see why. So she needs to press play and press it again. This one has an accompaniment. Sing after and different me. Key. There are pumpkins on the ground. And when she's done, she hits X and X. That's why I kind of do that on purpose, is that I put that X in there and then click to finish. Now, as you know, it has made kind of what looks like a video, but it's not technically one because it doesn't count in Seesaw as a multimedia. And then listen to what it is. Press play twice, sing after me, and then click the close buttons. The reason I put that in there, you'll see why. So she needs to press play and press it again. This one has an accompaniment and different key. There are pumpkins on the ground. So again, you've caught another recording here. Isn't this great? But now they're singing with the accompaniment track. There's a lot of advantages right now here. In this accompaniment track, it's right there. So if you were trying to collect audio recordings, now this is audio. If you're trying to collect audio recordings to go along with this pre-recorded track, you've done it. If they put headphones on, it will be even better, especially if they're using the internal mic. But do remember that if they're not using the internal mic, at least that audio recording accompaniment doesn't come in as prominent as their voices. But it's a great way to capture that. And again, you didn't jump out of Seesaw. That's all within Seesaw. So how did I make that? Let's go back over here. So this is number 2, and let's show you how I made that. Edit this activity. What I did this time was made sure that I had an example attached. The example is a video that I just added into the template because remember, your multimedia example is allowed to be any of the tools that your students use in Seesaw. So this is great. So I made a video of me singing it. I went into Soundtrap and created that little accompaniment. You heard the little drum track. Then what I decided to do, because I know I'm going to make this in slides as well, is I decided to make it in slides just so that I can insert that audio that I made in Soundtrap right here. Now, if you already have a pre-recorded track, because I created this song using obviously Frere Jacques or Are You Sleeping, the melody. So if you have a pre-recorded track, you can add it here. Remember, when you are in Google Slides, please remember this one thing, and this will help you so much. When you want to play the track all through the slides, unclick this. It will default to stop on slide change. Unclick it, and that will play the entire time. So I use Loom. I like using Loom. It allows me to do right now unlimited video recording, like screen recording not 5 minutes, but unlimited for free. So I like it for that. It will change after the pandemic is over, and the free educator's version that you have to have an educator's email to get that free version will be 45 minutes you can make, but still it's great. So all I did was put this in full screen, hit Loom, told it to record, and then just hit play and let it just make its own video. So that's how I made this video. It was under 250 megabytes, so I just stuck it right here. It's nice and short, and it worked. So how could you do that with an accompaniment? You, if you're not going to show like anything like this, you just want the MP3, what I would suggest to do is to put it into WeVideo or iMovie, put that MP3 in, and then just stick an audio icon picture, you know what I mean, like one of these, on top of it and turn it into a movie. Then you can just stick it into the template. Make sure that movie is 250 megabytes or less. That means like 5 minutes or less, or reduce the quality of the audio. But that works, and now I'm again collecting audio with an accompaniment. That's number 2. I hope you're sticking with me. I know it's a longer video, but this is going to help when you have these questions. All right, number 3, let's go back to Sarah's. So now we're back into Sarah's journal. We're in a student journal, so you can see this. Number 3 is video. Instead of collecting audio, you want their face singing. So what she does is she clicks add response again. She's going to look over the song. This time, instead of clicking the mic, she's going to click the video. So she does this. Okay, she does video, right? We're going to allow it. That's what happens when you're on this. Hi, hey. She's going to click record. It starts recording. So she's recording. You always got to do that first, then hit the instructions. Yep, and hit it. And we're recording again. And now you got my voice. Me, there are pumpkins. We're going to stop that, hit the X again, and hit done. And now there's the video. So now they have a video of me with the accompaniment. You always got to do that first, then hit the instructions. Yep, and hit it. And we're recording again. And now you got my voice. There are pumpkins. All right, we're going to stop that. Hit the... So how great is that? Now you got a video. You got a video that you can grab, that you can use, because they'll bring this in and you have it, and it's with the accompaniment. So, and again, they did not click out of Seesaw because you put that video into the instructions. And let's see how we did that. Coming again back into this, just like the other one, we put that accompaniment video into the instructions. So I'm going to edit this activity. It's in the example. There it is. And we just put it in there. This time, instead of using the microphone, they used the video, the student did. But again, it's just putting it right back in there. In the example, the multimedia example, add the video. It allows you to add all of the items that you add in the student journal the students can use. Finally, the 4th way is this. We're back in the student journal, and here, this is jumping the tab. So let's say your accompaniment is a very enormous file, and if you were to reduce it down to under 250 megabytes, it is not going to sound good, or it's going to do something that's not going to help you. I'm not sure what it would be, but I get it. So they would come over here and click the link. Where's the link? There it is. It opens a new tab. Here it is. They go back, right? They have to come back to Seesaw and click the video tool. Then they're going to jump back to the tab and press play, and then they sing. So that's what we would do this time. And it's very similar to the others, but you're jumping the tab. So this is what we call jumping the tab. And it works. And it's great if you have a large video or a large accompaniment file that you turned into a video. Now, why can't we just upload an MP3? I don't know the answer. I'm not sure why we can't upload an MP3. We used to, but that was like 5 years ago. So we can't upload one now, which means that we have to turn them into videos, meaning you take your your good quality AIFF file or something, and you put it in iMovie or WeVideo, and then you make it into this movie. Stick the little icon on top and turn it into a movie, and then you can just add it right here then in the multimedia instructions. Just upload the file and you got it. Now, last but not least, let me show you how to do this with an iOS. It's a very different process and it's very limited, but I will address it. When you are doing something like this on an iOS device, here I am in Sarah's journal, student journal, iOS. You have to do this. You have to go into your general controls and see it blinking. I'm screen recording. You'll have to screen record. Now, you need to screen record so the microphone is on. Sometimes that isn't always, it's good. There we go. Sometimes that's not always intuitive. You have to hold down that little button. It won't be blinking like that when you're trying to turn it on, but make sure here where it says microphone on and it's red, make sure that's happening, because if not, you're only going to record the sound inside the iPad and not the voice that you're hearing right now. So when you do that, then you can do this first one, because she would just add the response. Oh, that's number 4, sorry. Let me go back to number 1. She's going to, where's 1? There you are. She's going to add the response. Now she can do it, because all she has to do is hit this, hit play. Sing after me. There are pumpkins. There are pumpkins. Because we are now recording with the screen recording tool. So that will save to their camera roll, and then what they can do is go over here, go into upload, and they can upload it from their photo stream. So it works quite well. And that's how you would do it. Because if you were in here and you did it the way these instructions say, once you press play in the caption tool, there's something about the iOS app. It's only going to allow one multimedia at a time. So once you hit play in the caption tool, it's going to start playing, but it won't record you anymore. So you have to screen record. That's really just the best way, and students are very familiar with it if they have any sort of iPhone or access to an iPhone or an iPad. Like if they've been on their parents' iPhone and their parents have one, they probably have access to that. So here in the view instructions, how about that? Still the same problem, because when you hit the add response and you're supposed to hit the microphone, right? And then it's recording, and it will record until you go into here, and then until you hit play. Once you start doing this, the recording is stopping. And when it stops, you can see it jumped. I don't know if you saw it went from 5 seconds to 9 seconds, and then it stopped, and then to here. And then until you hit play. Once you start doing this, the recording is, and when it stops, see? It totally misses anything you recorded once it opens the video. Again, it's just one multimedia tool at a time. What about jumping the tab? That was number 4, because we know number 3 is going to have the same problem as number 2. Number 4 was jumping the tab. What if we jump the tab? You can jump the tab, but there's no tabs. It's iOS. It's going to open another browser, right? So what if you brought the browser on? Okay, so I did this earlier. Okay, there it is, right? Okay, so what if I had them set it up so that they open the browser? And this is a different app. This is a Safari app. So they open the app, they come back into Seesaw, and then they split screen so that the app is on, as you are seeing right now. Would this work? It will not. Watch. You start recording. It's recording you, right? And then you go and hit play. Watch what happens. So I'm recording, right? Sing after me. There are pumpkins. So we stop, flash that one away, and hit done, and let's hear what happened. Right? And then you go and hit play. It's gone again. One multimedia at a time. This happens also with the camera, but I think with the camera it actually tells you it can't do 2 at a time. Like I think it even says something is using my audio, I can't do this. And it's an iOS issue. It's not really a Seesaw issue. I believe it's an iOS issue, though I could be wrong. I mean, go ahead and correct me, but I will tell you it doesn't work. So the screen recording is the best way. If you want them to video and themselves with the accompaniment, they need two devices. If they have an iOS iPad at home, they're using an iPad, you're in remote learning, and you need a video of them singing with an accompaniment, you need another device recording them. And my students did that last year for our school song. I had a bunch whose parents just recorded them on another device, and it totally worked. It was great. It works. If they have access to two devices, they can do it. But that is the struggle. It's a real struggle with iPad. But I hope that these examples gave you some insight into ways that you can create activities now that can catch and capture their voices or their video, so that you might be able to assess them later or even use that video later on. Because remember, your posts can be saved and they can be downloaded if you're on the web-based app. Maybe even in the iOS app, but I usually go to the web-based whenever I want to download something. So I hope that helps. Follow me on YouTube, check out my new book, and I hope you're having a great school year.